So we will try figuring out the derivative for the cotangent function, and the cotangent is nothing but the quotient when cos of x is divided by the sine of x. So let me just write that out in terms of a quotient. So y equals, firstly, the fraction thing, and on the numerator you have the cosine function, and in the denominator, well, we have the sine function, so sine of x. Now you want to differentiate it, so you have dy over dx. This, you need to find this out. So in the denominator, you first square the original denominator. The original denominator is sine x, you square that up, so sine x squared. Now, in the numerator, you first write out the denominator once as it is, sine of x, times, you will now differentiate the numerator once, so d over dx of the cosine of x minus, now just switch the roles, so you will have d over dx of sine of x multiplied by just the numerator, just cosine of x. And this might just be one algorithm, but it really helps us a lot in figuring out derivatives. It's now pretty easy now. We just need to put in the rest of the pieces. So this is equal to, now let me do all of this in the same color. So sine of x times the derivative of cos of x is negative sine of x. We know that. So the negative sine of x minus the derivative of sine of x is cos of x. And notice that there is a negative sign right there, so keep that in account. This is being multiplied by the cos of x that's right there. So we will have cos of x, again, multiplied. This is being divided by sine of x squared. Now, put very simply, this is a relatively simple puzzle to solve. This will be negative sine squared x minus cos squared x being divided by sine squared x. If you look more closely, this right here, you can take a negative common, and you will have a positive sign just lying around there. And if you remember by a trigonometric identity, we know that the sum of the sine squared and the cosine squared, this is actually just equal to 1. So this entire thing is equal to 1. And so the numerator comes out to be negative 1. And thus the final derivative function that you have, dy over dx, is negative 1 over sine squared x, or negative cosec squared x, in case if you ever like that terminology. So there's the derivative of the cotangent function. It's negative cosec squared x.